Seniors, do you need to sharpen your financial skills in debt reduction, saving for retirement, or maybe you're interested in investment strategies and protecting your assets? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you will want to attend one of AARP's Financial Freedom Workshops. Pat Risher and Tynetta Brown are here now to tell us all about it. And hello, Tynetta, and hello, Pat.
Hello,
and the workshops are coming up. I'm great. I'm glad you guys could be here, and thank you so much. We've been talking a lot about educating seniors with their finances as you're getting older. You might want to look, retirement investments and how not to become prey to certain things. We had one guest on where I said, seniors seem to be victims. Their family members always want to borrow money because they think they got money because they're seniors, right? But I guess the financial freedom workshops help with all of those different scenarios, right? And I think everybody should go.
Everybody should go. The financial freedom workshops are for those who need to know more about your debt, how to manage in your years after you're 50, and to be able to live a nice life once you've retired. And we will have all kinds of workshops, and our workshop will consist of talking about credit, talking about debt. It'll also talking about fraud, so that you will have an opportunity to know what are those things that you need to be wary of and how to protect yourself.
Seniors seem to sometimes be a bigger target for fraud. Why do we think we see that?
I think a lot of times you get, well, I will tell you, one of the schemes is to approach someone who has a grandchild. And what they'll start off is, I'm just calling you grandmom from a place in Kentucky, and I got lost, and I just wondered if you could send me some money. Now, who wouldn't? I have grandchildren. My grandson calls me and tells me he needs money. I'm sending it right away.
Right.
So everyone knows that, at least the schemers do, and they use that to try to get money to their grandchild. So those are some of the things that go on. Also, financial, I think a lot of seniors, not seniors, but those over 50 need to be aware of how to manage your money if you're going to invest it, because there are a lot of schemes out there that will take your money and put it in programs that don't really give you a return, and quite frankly, they're just taking the money and spending it and going somewhere else. Then you have to try to find them and locate them.
Right.
And the thought is, well, you're about to retire, you probably have a nice nest egg, you've got a good 401k. Let me tell you something that you can do with that money. And you become prey to that because you're already thinking, my mom lived until she was 82, it's very likely that's going to happen to me. So let me start thinking about how I'm going to increase the amount of money that I have now.
What about healthcare costs? Because that actually becomes an issue too as you get older, with prescriptions, doctor's appointments, and I don't know, how the system works once you reach the age of retirement, but I have heard where people saying, okay, now I have to pay for this, whereas before, when I was covered, I didn't have to worry about those costs, but now I do.
Well, I will tell you that getting Medicare is some of the programs that you can use, and now they've got many programs that you need to look into to see if you're having like hypertension, or if you're diabetic, and some of those high-risk things that are going to impact you. You want to make sure that that company that you choose will be able to give you the most for your money. There are a plethora of companies out there, and as you reach the age of 65, you start getting literature that will talk to you about what you need to look for. You just need to be careful, pay attention, and really read through all of the data so that you pick the right company for your your needs. There are some folks who are 65 who are very healthy.
Right.
And they don't use a lot of health care programs, or they don't go to the doctor often. So they might be able to choose anyone. But if you've got a chronic condition, you want to make sure that you're picking a program that is going to give you the most for your money in that particular illness that you have.
And if somebody comes to the financial freedom seminars, these are all the things that they get a chance to talk about.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We will
Right.
have certified financial planners there, and these planners are part of the Certified Financial Planners, Inc. And this program, their company, they're certified in that they will be able to tell you everything that you need to know. They will go through the presentation, and then you will have an opportunity to have one-on-ones. These certified planners are volunteers. They are not selling any of their programs. They're coming there just to give you information. And so it is an opportunity that you don't want to miss out on, because here's a person who will tell you exactly what to do with your money, how you can maximize your opportunities, and they're not selling their own particular service.
Right.
They're just giving free information.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is great.
And Shannon, we really want to make a concerted effort, shall we say, as AARP, to target the African American and Hispanic communities because of the disparate economic, issues that we face as a population. And so this is our opportunity to bring that information to them free of cost.
Right.
And there's 175,000 Delaware members in AARP, 38 million nationally. So we're doing our little part here in our state. And Canaan Baptist Church is going to host one of the first financial freedom seminars. But all churches, all community citizens are invited, senior groups, or she says 50 plus, it's the concern. So we're going to, do this first off and offer these sessions throughout the state of Delaware over time. But the first one is coming up soon.
And that's going to be in October the 25th at Canaan from 9 to 12. So we'll have little refreshments from 9 to 10, and then from 10 to 12, you'll get a chance to talk to or listen to the presentation, and then the certified planners will be there to do some one-on-ones.
And our colleague, who's not here, our fellow volunteer, Carlos de la Ramos, he's co-hosting the seminar September 10th for the Hispanic community at Holy Angels. So that's also an opportunity for the Hispanic community to get some tailored information for their population as
And
well.
Tanya, I want to make this, because I wanted to, because you said something really important. Not that AARP doesn't care about everybody, but we really want to make sure that the Hispanic and African American communities take advantage of these services, which are totally free, because this is vital information.
Oh, totally. And even across the board, we address hunger. We address some financial concerns such as utility bills. We do a lot around the Affordable Care Act in terms of education about health, whether it's Medicaid, Medicare. We give that information to populations, but make a concerted effort to make sure we get it to those disparate communities that don't always get the information the way they need to get it. So advocacy, is a key part of our work across the state and nationally too. So we align with our national, mission, but we also tailor some things to Delaware, because there are special needs here in Delaware, even if it is a small state.
So many times people think that just starting at age 50, that's when you need to start looking at your retirement or how it's going to impact you. But AARP did a survey in 2010, and they had some statistics that talked about 33% of those that were a part of that survey actually are using most of their monies now to spend just trying to pay their rent. There's a 34% of those who are not participating any longer in any of their IRAs or 401ks because they can't afford it.
Wow.
And then there's another 26% that are going into their plans, their 401ks, and taking early withdrawals because they need that to cover their living expenses. And so we invite many of those who are in that situation to come to these programs.
And these are financial freedoms, but purses to portfolios programs, right? So this is all in
Exactly.
one, right?
Similar concept.
Similar.
I think Purses to Portfolios, they do a huge event every year and bring all of that information to bear, focusing on women specifically, which is an
Okay.
even vulnerable population as well when it comes to finances in some cases. But same concept, addressing savings, as Pat alluded to, retirement, investments, how to avoid frauds, et cetera. So, but very tailored to that 50+ population, whereas Purses to Portfolios, I believe, through the Delaware Financial Literacy Institute, of course, they, reach the gamut, whether you're a young
Right.
woman starting out, career, up to senior. So that's
Okay.
a mixed audience, but ours is very specific to that 50+. And AARP, you've seen the commercials probably. You don't know Aarp. We're rebranding in that case
Right.
in terms of reimagining what it is to be an AARP member, whether it's a second career, those sorts of things. So 50+, doesn't
Right.
necessarily mean,
Right.
I have my card 2 years in, so,
No,
so
well, wait a minute. I am
imagining,
shocked,
yeah.
both of you young ladies, because I
Yeah.
didn't think anybody in here was
Yeah,
over 50.
so,
Oh,
we're volunteering, to help get more minority communities to access all that AARP has to offer, whether it's career, whether it's how to buy a car, whether it's, your financial concerns,
Right,
someone to advocate on behalf of you, caretakers also, so we have a lot of resources beyond the financial freedom pieces. So we have different volunteers going throughout the state offering some of the different services. So.
Okay. Well, you ladies, we're out of time, but let me tell you, I loved having you. You guys were great and beautiful representatives for AARP. My goodness. You have to come back again and share more
Most
information
certainly.
with us. And thank you so much for coming. We want everybody to check out your website to find out when the Financial Freedom Seminar is going to be held, and also check out the Purses to Portfolio Seminar too, so everybody can get involved and
Great.
visit AARP for all your information. So one-stop shop, isn't it?
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. All right. AmeriCorps is an opportunity to make a difference, and we'll have those details when we return.